Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ange, one half the duo, and today I am bringing you a really fantastic virtual world deck profile. But before we get into the video, I would like to remind you guys all to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to turn on those notifications because we have new videos coming your way every Monday and Wednesday. So without further ado, let's get into this deck profile. Now, one thing I would like to talk about with this deck is the fact that for a long time I used to play a lot of control decks. I'm known for playing a lot of L-Lich, but it's really a nice change of pace to play combo because it's kind of nice to use the brain once in a while, if you know what I'm saying. So to start off, we have 3 Virtual World Lulus. Now this card is absolutely busted. It searches out any virtual world card. So good. It can search out your King Longs, search out like your monsters like GG or Lao, or you could even send things like a King Long to grave or a Chuchi to grave. This card just gets your deck rolling immediately. It is so good for the deck. So you have to play 3 of it. There's no way that you're not playing anything less than that. And then same thing goes for the next one, Nian. Nian is not the best one to have in your hand when you open it, but it's definitely great to send to graveyard and use as an extender, so it could special summon itself as a tuner. Very strong for the deck, especially when you want to go for those synchro plays, or if you want to just go into like a Gossip Shadow. Next, we have the other level 3. We have the GG. Now, GG is also one of my favorites too because it really gets the deck rolling and creates a lot of follow-up during the end phase of a special summon by its effect. You could just add a virtual world monster from the graveyard back to your hand, so you just get back that Lulu for free. So very nice. So you gotta play 3 of that. And then for our level 6s, we have 3 Lily. Now this card is really good too. It's a double Foolish Burial, so why wouldn't you want to play it? It puts a lot of pressure on the opponent to like force like an Ash Blossom or force like a Gamma or anything like that. It's very good. Definitely play it at 3. And then also getting the double Foolish effect really gets the deck rolling at an absurd amount of speed. The next one is my all-time favorite Virtual World monster. Definitely Virtual World Lao. This is the monster reborn of the deck. So it just creates so much extension for your deck and allows you to go in so many different plays. Either like rank 3 plays, rank 6 plays, or going into those strong level 9 synchros. So definitely Virtual World, the Lao is very good. You gotta play it at 3. Next, we gotta run our hand traps. So we run the triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. There's really no explanation needed for this card. It's just a very good generic hand trap. Hits just about everything in this format, so playing 3 is definitely a must. And then we play the Sci-Frame package with the triple Gamma and then the 1 Driver. Still really not a fan of this card at all, but it's really nice to have, especially if you do have the Gamma in hand and then you have the Virtual World monster. You could just like reveal your Virtual World monster targeting something, and if they Ash it or try to negate it, you just Gamma it instead, and it acts as like another call by the grave, if you will. That also could net you maybe like another synchro play to get into something further on. So it's still really good, nice to have, but it's like a necessary evil, if you will. Next, this is kind of like my flex spot I've been testing out with. I have 2 Skullmeister. My local meta is rampant with a lot of graveyard effects, so I thought double Skullmeister was okay. Originally, I was playing triple Tactic Talents, but that really never came up at all. Even when I would even throw it in the side, it just never came up. So I just eventually just cut it out, and then so now I'm playing some more hand traps. I'm playing the double Skullmeister. So far it's been working okay. I'm still thinking about maybe trading it out for like a Ghost Bell or maybe like an Ogre, but who knows, to be honest with you. Or maybe take these out for like a Skill Drain or a Imperial Order, because those are floodgates that we most certainly can run. I don't know, it's like a little flex spot, so I'm just trying to see what comes out, and that's been working out. Let's go into the spells. Next, we have the Triple Pot of Desires. You do have to run this card, and typically, I don't like running Pot of Desires, but this deck runs like 3 of everything, so you never run out of plays, or you never banish everything you absolutely need. So it's definitely great to run, and you never really feel like you're gonna banish everything. And even if you do banish everything, it's all okay, because the Virtual World Nian will just get it right back into your deck anyways once it's banished through its effect. So very nice. So, you know, drawing 2, that's insane, so why not? Next, I play Foolish Burial Goods. Now this card, I don't really like it all too much, but it's like another thing that you have to run, right? So if you open this plus like a Lulu, it's like really good because not only can you just Foolish Berry the Goods and then send King Long effect, search another virtual world out, and then you can just make your plays from there. It just always just creates like another like bait for like a Nash Blossom or something like that. I did try it at 3. Was too cloggy. I tried cutting it completely. You just always need to see it at some point. So 2 is perfectly fine for now. Next, for the 1-ofs, we play the 1 Call by the Grave and then the 1 Emergency Teleport. This deck is susceptible to hand traps, so running the Call by, and then the Emergency Teleport is like a nice extender to get like a Nian or Lulu out. That way you could use your other virtual world monsters to target it, and then go off from there. Just something nice to have. You gotta play him. And then for our virtual world spells, you gotta run the triple King Long. This card is so good and so busted. I wish they made it a super or maybe something higher because it definitely deserved that. This is like your searcher of the deck, and also it's really nice to discard other things from your hand. Say like you have like a dead Chuchi in your hand, just search, and then after that you discard. Also, on field effect is really nice too, acting as like a mini skill drain, if you will. You could just target something on the field and then negate it. So it's really nice. Even if it leaves the field, the monster would still be negated. So it's very, very nice. You could even do it to your own monsters as well. So it makes it even better to shut off that Shen if you want to, and you kind of like have to pivot your plays. So definitely 3 King Long, very nice. On top of that, we run the triple virtual world Kowloon. Now this card is absolutely busted. If you open up Kowloon and Lily, it's typically a free VFD through any sort of hand traps. It's just really good. This card just gets your trap for free, and then you just kind of go off from there. And to be honest, the other effect when it says if you have 2 or more virtual world gate cards on the field, your monsters gain an attack boost. That can come up at some situations. I will say, always read your card, guys, because you never know when those little minor details will come into play. So just letting you know that. That's it for the spells. And the last things I run are the 3 Chuchi. Now this card is probably one of the best ones in the deck. It's really good for targeting with your virtual world monsters, and also really good to recycle back a lot of your resources that you would have banished through, say, Shen, King Long, Nian, etc. You get the idea. So that does it for our main deck. Let's kind of go into our extra deck. Starting off with everything, you run the 1 Shen. This is one of the best cards in the deck. It's like a mini Macrocosmos, and also could revive itself back. And then you play the Chowfang, pretty self-explanatory. Vermilion, probably one of my favorites. The ability to just pop cards on the field for free and then get them back with Chuchi is absurd. So you definitely gotta play the Vermilion mech. And then I played double Cloud Castle. Now I know that's a little unorthodox, but the double Cloud Castle has definitely come up. And then we have the Wan Croc. Now this card is just nice for the draw, and also the quick effect kind of can come up too, depending on the position of play that you're in. Going into my Synchro 6s, I play the 1 Stardust Charge Warrior. Getting that free draw, you definitely need it. Sometimes this deck doesn't draw typically the best, but gotta draw it. And then we play the 1 Coral Dragon. Now, I am thinking about taking out this Coral Dragon because I want to play the Virtual World level 6, but that hasn't really come up a lot in testing, so I think I may keep the Coral Dragon because that draw 1 effect is just really strong. And then for our XCs, we play the 1 Fortune Tune. It's really nice, especially if you play the Zeus in this deck, which we do, so it's really good. So really nice. And then we play the Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. This card is absolutely absurd in this deck. You could make it whenever you want, honestly, and then still make the True King of all calamities. It acts as like the herald of the deck, to where you can just negate getting the Beard or Ash Blossom at a really awkward position. Just negate it with Gossip Shadow, or even if you have like the True King of all calamities and the Gossip Shadow unused, it puts your opponent in a very bad position. And then we play the Virtual World 6. Fan. Now, it hasn't typically come up all the time, but when it does, it's normally just going for like game. But I run it just for the option. It's still really nice. You have to run the M7, just a extremely busted card of this deck. You run the double calamities because this deck is just True King of all calamities deck essentially right now. And then for the final, you run the 1 Zeus because this card is absolutely absurd. You know, getting free sends, and then on top of that, your virtual world monsters could just come back anyways, like Shen. So you gotta play it. This card's absurd. That does it for the extra deck. Now, to get to the side deck, I am waiting on 1 card in the mail. I'm waiting on my Psycho Readers, so excuse me for not having them at this very moment, but they are coming in the mail. But I am showing other options that you can run instead. To start off, you gotta run the 3 Droll and Lockbird. Next, it's kind of interesting. I do run 2 Nibiru, and then I do run the double Lancia. Now, this is kind of like what I'm running instead of the Psycho Readers. It'd be just like 3 Psycho Readers and then like something else maybe. Maybe like Imperial Order, Oral Skill Drain. But for right now, double Nib, double Lancia has been working out very well. So the next cards that we run for the spells, we have the Forbidden Droplet. This is probably like my favorite card to come out all year, to be honest with you. This card just excels a lot of deck strategies, and I love when cards say your opponent cannot respond, because that is absolutely absurd. And that's what this card does. Another card I really like a lot right now is the triple Lightning Storm. Now, this is really good right now. I am obsessed with Lightning Storm this format. We have a lot of back row decks coming around. People still think Elish is a good deck. And then you just shoot the Lightning Storm down on them and you say, your deck's not that good. And then you just win from there. And then for more back row hate, rerun the 1 red reboot and then the Harvest Weather Duster, because back row decks are the buy. So that just about does it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I haven't been making a lot of videos recently, but I am back on the Yu-Gi-Oh grind, as they say. And I cannot wait to put more content out for you guys, especially more virtual world content, as Blazing Vortex is just on the horizon. And that new trap card is absolutely absurd for the deck, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. So thank you guys all for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. And we will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.